Is fruit juice really as healthy as we think it is? In a world where wellness is often equated to what we consume, fruit juices have long held the reputation of being a healthy beverage choice. After all, they come from fruits, right? And fruits are packed with vitamins and nutrients that our bodies need to function optimally. So it would make sense to assume that drinking fruit juice is just as beneficial as eating the actual fruit. However, what if I told you that this common perception might not be entirely accurate? That's right. The truth about fruit juice might be a little more complicated than you'd expect. Now, don't get me wrong, fruit juice can definitely be a part of a healthy diet. It can provide essential vitamins and minerals, and let's be honest, it's quite refreshing and tasty. But here's the catch. Just like everything else in life, too much of a good thing can turn out to be not so good. Think about it. When you gulp down a glass of your favorite fruit juice, do you ever stop to consider how many fruits went into making that one glass? Often, it takes more than one fruit to produce a single serving of juice. And what happens to all the fiber that's naturally present in the fruit? Most of it gets left behind in the juicing process. So, while you're enjoying the sweet taste of your fruit juice, you're also consuming a concentrated amount of sugar and calories minus the fiber that helps your body manage that sugar. This can potentially lead to various health issues if you're not careful. But that's not all. Some surprising studies suggest that excessive consumption of certain fruit juices may even increase your risk of developing serious health conditions. Stay tuned as we delve into the surprising facts and studies behind the health risks of drinking too much fruit juice. And remember, knowledge is power. So let's empower ourselves to make informed decisions about what we put into our bodies. Did you know that many fruit juices are high in sugar and calories? Yes, it's true. Despite being derived from fruits, numerous juices on the market today are not as healthy as you might think. Picture this. You're strolling down the grocery aisle, and you pick up a bottle of your favorite fruit juice. It's labeled as all natural or 100% juice, so it must be good for you, right? Well, not exactly. While these juices might come from fruits, they also often contain high amounts of added sugars. What's more, they can be stripped of their natural fibers during the juicing process, leaving behind mostly sugar and water. This high sugar content can be quite a shocker. For instance, a single cup of apple juice can contain up to 24 grams of sugar. That's almost as much as 6 teaspoons of table sugar. And it's not just apple juice. Many other popular fruit juices, such as grape, pear, and even orange juice, contain similar amounts of sugar. But why is this a problem, you might ask? Well, excessive sugar consumption can lead to several health issues. Consuming too much sugar can cause weight gain, which in turn increases the risk of heart disease. It can also lead to type 2 diabetes, a condition where your body struggles to regulate blood sugar levels. And it's not just about the immediate health risks. Over time, high sugar intake can lead to chronic inflammation, which is linked to a host of other health problems, including certain types of cancer, arthritis, and even Alzheimer's disease. But remember, this doesn't mean you need to avoid fruit juice completely. Fruits are packed with essential nutrients, and their juices can be part of a healthy diet. Just be sure to check the labels for added sugars and try to opt for those with no added sugars whenever possible. Better yet, why not make your own fresh juice at home? That way, you can control exactly what goes into it. So the next time you reach for a glass of fruit juice, remember to consider its sugar content. It's not just about quenching your thirst, it's about making choices that benefit your health in the long run. Studies have found a link between type 2 diabetes and sugary drinks, including fruit juice. This might come as a surprise to some, considering the natural, wholesome image fruit juice often holds. But when we delve deeper into the research, the picture becomes clearer. Take, for example, a study published in the British Medical Journal, which found that consuming high quantities of fruit juice was associated with a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. The study followed over 100,000 men and women for several decades, tracking their diet and health outcomes. Those who frequently consumed fruit juice had a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who ate whole fruits. The reason for this, it seems, lies in the sugar content of fruit juice. When we drink fruit juice, we're essentially consuming the sugar from several pieces of fruit all at once, without the fiber that helps regulate our body's absorption of this sugar. This causes a rapid spike in blood sugar levels, a hallmark feature of type 2 diabetes. Moreover, many fruit juices on the market have added sugars, increasing the total sugar content beyond that naturally found in the fruit. This additional sugar further exacerbates the spike in blood sugar levels. So, is fruit juice off the table completely? Not necessarily. Like many things in nutrition, it's all about balance. Consuming fruit juice in moderation, preferably without added sugars, can still be part of a healthy diet. However, those at risk for diabetes or those already managing the condition may want to consider other beverage options or limit their fruit juice consumption. Furthermore, it's always a good idea to opt for whole fruits whenever possible. Whole fruits not only provide a slower, more gradual release of sugar into the bloodstream, but also come packed with fiber, vitamins, and other beneficial compounds that are often lost in the juicing process. It seems that fruit juice might not be the best choice for those looking to prevent or manage diabetes. It's a reminder that even seemingly healthy choices can have hidden risks when consumed in excess. Drinking too much fruit juice can also lead to weight gain. Now, let's dive into why that happens. Fruit juices, especially those you find on supermarket shelves, often come loaded with sugars. Yes, even the ones that say no added sugar. That's because fruits naturally contain sugars. When you squeeze out a juice, you're getting all of that sugar, but without the fiber that usually comes with eating whole fruit. Fiber helps slow down your body's absorption of sugar, keeping your blood sugar levels stable. Without it, your body absorbs the sugars in juice very quickly, leading to a spike in your blood sugar levels. Now here's how this relates to weight gain. When your blood sugar levels rise quickly, your body releases a hormone called insulin to bring them back down. Insulin does this by moving sugar from your blood into your cells, where it's either used for energy or stored as fat. When you consume a lot of juice and thus a lot of sugar, your body may end up storing more fat than it normally would, leading to weight gain. But that's not all. The sugars in juice can also make you feel less full than if you ate whole fruit. That's because liquid calories don't fill you up as much as solid ones do. So you might end up consuming more calories than you realize, further contributing to weight gain. The calorie content in fruit juices is another factor to consider. A single cup of orange juice, for instance, can contain over 100 calories. If you're not careful, those calories can add up quickly, especially if you're drinking large quantities of juice. So, if you're watching your weight, you might want to think twice before drinking that extra glass of fruit juice. It's not that you can't enjoy a glass of juice every now and then, but like all things, moderation is key. After all, the goal is to nourish your body with a balanced diet, and that includes a healthy balance of sugars and calories. Can drinking large amounts of orange and grapefruit juice increase your risk of skin cancer? This question might sound a bit unusual, but it is one that science has been grappling with. In the year 2015, a study emerged that suggested a possible link between high consumption of orange and grapefruit juice and an increased risk of developing melanoma, a form of skin cancer. According to the study, individuals who consumed large quantities of whole grapefruit or orange juice were over a third more likely to develop melanoma than those who consumed smaller amounts. Now, before you start banishing all citrus fruits from your diet, let's take a closer look. This study also considered the consumption of both whole fruit and fruit juice. So this isn't exclusive to just orange and grapefruit juice, but also applies to whole oranges and grapefruits. It's also crucial to note that this is just one study. While it's an interesting finding, it's not definitive. The world of scientific research is complex, and one study doesn't make a fact. It is merely a piece of a much larger puzzle that researchers are trying to piece together. More research is needed to determine if there is indeed a direct link between the consumption of these fruits and an increased risk of melanoma. It's also important to remember that many factors could contribute to developing skin cancer, such as genetics, sun exposure, and lifestyle habits. So, while we wait for more research, what should we do? Well, it's always a good idea to consume everything in moderation, including fruit juice. Fruit juice, especially when it's 100% juice, can be part of a healthy diet. However, like with anything else, too much of it can potentially lead to problems. While the link between fruit juice and skin cancer is still uncertain, it's worth considering the potential risks before you gulp down your next glass of juice. After all, being aware and informed is the first step towards making healthier choices. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. Fruit juices, while seemingly a healthy choice, can be high in sugar and calories. Consuming too much can result in health issues such as weight gain, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Studies have also linked the consumption of sugary drinks, like fruit juice, to the development of diabetes. Adding to this, if your calorie intake exceeds what you burn, you may end up gaining weight. We've also touched on a potential risk that may be less known: A study in 2015 suggested that those who consumed large amounts of orange and grapefruit juice were over a third more likely to develop melanoma. However, this is based on just one study, and more research is necessary to establish the link definitively. So while fruit juice may seem like a healthy choice, it's important to consume it in moderation and be aware of the potential health risks.